YouTube? It's your girl Liz Lorette back with another video for you, and yes, we are continuing on in our PCS series. As you can see, I have a little co-star with me here today because it is about to be nap time, so he wants to be rocked, and that's what mamas are for. So you'll see him in this video. I always like to point out, you see my super cute shirt. Just like last week when I told you you're going to see this shirt, or a shirt, in 2 straight videos. Why? Because I am batch filming. So you'll see this shirt in this week's video and next week's video because, like I said, cranking these videos out for you guys. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. You have no idea how much I appreciate you and giving me a little bit of your very valuable time every single week. If you are new here, what's up? My name is Liz. I am a faith mama, military wife, and lover of all things life, and I am so glad that you stopped by. If you like me, you like what you see, and you want to be a part of this, then hit that subscribe button and join my tribe. Let's jump into the video.
I can't get you out of my mind. It's like I feel it for the first time. Been thinking about you all night. I've been searching for this all my life.
Alright y'all, so this week's video is the 2-week PCS checklist. I'm a very loud talker, and so every time I talk loud, my son wakes up. My bad. Anyways, it's the 2-week PCS checklist, and when you go over to my website and you check it out, you'll actually see that it is divided into 2 sides. There's 2 weeks on one side and 1 week on the other, because I just feel like I could fit them all on one sheet, and there's kind of some things that I don't need to create a whole nother sheet for. So 2 weeks and 1 week you're going to get on this one. I will put my website somewhere on this screen. LizLorette.com is where you are going to want to go to get your free printable checklist, PCS budget, and so much more. So the first thing on the 2-week PCS checklist side is 1, you're going to want to wash all your big items. So I'm talking about comforters, I'm talking about pillows, any throw blankets, different things like that. I don't like to pack dirty stuff, so that's why I think it's important to do this about 2 weeks out. That way, as soon as I wash and dry them, usually what I do is I'll get like a vacuum seal bag. You can get them at Walmart, you can get them at the PX oftentimes. So I get one of those, toss them in there, and then vacuum seal it so it's fresh when we get to the new house, and it's also protected from any dirt or anything that, you know, might occur during the move time. So that is my recommendation. It just helps to keep everything fresh and clean. I always recommend to do it 2 weeks out because, as you're going to see on the 1 week side of this checklist, you definitely want to make sure that you're done using your washer a couple of days before the move, and I'll tell you why once we get to that part. The next one is remove all items from behind appliances, from underneath, and behind furniture. So I literally cleaned under these couches a couple of weeks ago, and I can tell you I can already see markers, Legos, hair ties, all kinds of different things under this couch. So it just makes it easier when the movers come, so you're not picking up after them. It's literally, they come, move your stuff, and then all you have to do is kind of just run a vacuum over the floor. That makes it easier for me. I prefer it to be like that. And then it's not like all these things that I throw away. Like, I prefer to get it all organized. So if I find all the Legos ahead of time, I can put them where they belong. So when they come to pack them, then I don't have to worry about everything being all mixed up, if that makes sense. It just helps me, just gives me peace of mind. It helps me not stress any more than I already am, because let me tell you, your girl is a stress eater, and your girl has been killing all the candy, all the oatmeal cream pies, all the soda, because she's a little bit stressed. Just, I tend to stress myself out. There's nothing really to be stressed about, but I'm a stressor. So the next thing is to forward your mail online. If you already have an address that you can get mail to, you can do that. A lot of times, sometimes what we will do is we will forward it simply to a family member's house, but you can also kind of put a pause on your mail too. I believe it's a 30-day mail hold that the post office can do. So usually you can inquire about all of that online at USPS.gov. So I definitely recommend checking that out. Because it just makes it easier, especially if you have important documents coming in the mail. You don't want people that you don't know getting all of your documents. That's just my opinion, and it's probably just better for your identity security, for personal security, all those good things. The next one is separate the military gear from your household goods, because you have a certain allotted weight limit for shipping your goods. Your household weight limit is separate from your military weight limit, right? So I also just prefer having it completely separate, whether it's in its own storage closet like at our old house, or if it's in the garage like here. Just have it all separate so that you know that, again, when they are packing all of your stuff, it's not like, oh, this came from the living room box and we're going to throw this military gear in the living room box because it was in the living room. I don't know. Like, they're not supposed to do that, but sometimes they're in a rush. Sometimes they just don't care. So I just prefer to have everything organized. If it's in the garage, then it's going to be marked garage, and it's going to go in the garage when it gets to your new house. But if it's in the living room and they toss it in a living room box with throw pillows, then you're going to unpack and have your husband's boots with your throw pillows or whatever. Just, again, sometimes they're just not very careful. But that's also on you. Like, have your stuff organized, right? It just makes the most sense. The next one is begin the proper disposal of any items that you can't take with you. A big thing, like, movers won't take liquid things. Every mover is different. Sometimes they do. Movers sometimes won't take spices, right? And any open food, so you want to start using those things. Movers won't take candles, so either use them, put them in a box to take in your car if you don't want to get rid of them, right? I'm not about to throw away my Bath and Body Works candles, but just make sure that you dispose of them however necessary. Batteries, propane tanks, they're not going to take, so again, dispose of them the way that they are supposed to be disposed of, so we're not causing more harm to our environment, and so that you are not stressed on the day of move when they tell you, hey, we are not taking that with us. Already have a plan for that, right? The next one is take a final inventory of all of your high value items. Make sure that you take a video of them all working. I mentioned this a couple of checklists back, but you definitely want to make sure that you take care of that. Why? Because you can tell them, hey, my TV broke, but unless you have proof that that thing was working before they took it, it's going to be harder to get them to replace it or to pay you money for you to go ahead and replace it. So I always recommend just taking a camera, filming your TV on, your PlayStation working, your laptops if they are going to pack those, right? Anything. Printers. I have a Silhouette, what's it called? Whatever, you know, not the Cricut, but the Silhouette brand. You would want to make sure to take pictures and video of all of those things working. If they are moving appliances for you, definitely take a video of those things working. As well, your washer and dryer, right? We don't want, those are big things that cost a lot of money to replace. So again, just cover all of your bases. Take a final inventory, write down serial numbers, take pictures, and then also do a video of them all working. Again, it's going to save you headaches in the end. Have your pets groomed. If you have pets, we do have a dog. She is going to ride with us in the car, and for me personally, I'm not trying to smell a stinky dog the whole way. And then on top of that, you don't really know the new area that you're going to unless you've lived there before or you maybe have contacts there. So I would rather have her groomed and not need to rush and find a groomer when we get there. I'll be able to take my time, and that can be on a back burner until later, right? So she'll smell good, and I won't have to worry about finding a groomer when we get there. So have your pets groomed ahead of time, and then you won't have a stinky dog or animal on the drive. The next one that I recommend that you do is meal plan solely from what you have currently in your pantry and in your fridge, right? Like I said, movers won't take a lot of goods or opened foods and things like that. And let's be honest, if you don't have a house right away, or if you're going overseas or whatever it may be, do you really want to eat food that's been sitting like in a crate in some warehouse for 15, 30 days? No, I don't. So I recommend going through your pantry, making a list of what you have already, and then kind of figuring out how can we create meals from this over the next 2 weeks so that we're not buying a bunch of groceries, you're saving money, and so that we're not wasting money because we have to throw out all these foods. Obviously, you're not going to be able to use it all, and that's whenever you turn to your local Facebook pages. For us, it would be Fort Irwin Connection or Fort Irwin Spouses, and you see it all the time. Hey, movers wouldn't take these spices. They are opened. We're not going to take them. Do you want them? Hey, I have, like for us, we don't eat walnuts, but we have like 2 big bags of walnuts that our family brought us. So I probably will be like, who wants these walnuts? Because I don't know why. I don't like walnuts, and I don't know why they were brought. The next one is purchase Ziploc bags for storing screws, cords, small parts, etc. The movers, they do have a parts box. So as they take things apart, they will like kind of put all the parts in one box. I sometimes like to pre-prep things, right? So make sure that all my screws are in one plastic bag. In one move, they actually did go ahead and they have plastic bags. They wrote on their like crib screws. So it was easier, excuse me, for them to find them when it was time to go ahead and put the crib back together in the new house. But sometimes they forget them, so it's always helpful to bring them along. It's always good to have Ziploc bags for the road. You know, if you have small children and they have accidents, you can put their wet or dirty clothes in those bags. I know one time my daughter got sick and threw up everywhere when I was driving somewhere, so just kind of easier to contain the mess, contain the stank in those Ziploc bags. So they also double as trash bags sometimes. It's just a lot of helpful, or there's a lot of uses for those Ziploc bags. The last one that I have for 2 weeks out is, again, sell, donate, or give away any unwanted items. So in the last couple checklists, you should have been purging, right? You should have been going through stuff. And so now's the time, if you have not already, to finish selling those things, finish donating those things, or just give them away. I know with the virus going on right now, a lot of places are closed as far as like thrift stores and things like that. They should be opening soon. But again, when you live on a military installation, you can easily put them outside, post on the Facebook page, hey, I have these things for free, come grab them, and a lot of the things will be gone really quickly. So I recommend doing that. Now on to the 1 week part of this checklist. So the first thing that I have on there is at least 2 days prior to your move, run your washing machine with a washer cleaner, okay? Because you're going to want to get any nastiness out of there before the move. Make sure that you're wiping it down on the outside and the inside. I say to do this 2 days before because you need to allow your drum and everything to fully dry out so that you don't get mold and mildew. So that's a big one. At least 2 days prior, run it through, then you're gonna leave the top open, you're gonna let it air dry out. You can even use a fan to try to dry it out. But you want it completely dry before the packers come, pack it up, close it up, so that you're not running into any nasty issues down the line. Another thing that you are going to want to do those 2 days out is remove the water hoses from the back wall. You're gonna let those things drain out too. If you have like those front loader washers, I don't have a top loader, but I know that they have little drawers on the bottom where you can empty out all kinds of gunk that it had collected. So make sure that you are checking that. Check your manual for any removable parts that need to be removed. Again, so that you don't run into nastiness down the line. And I don't know about you, but I am not one to deal with mold and disgusting stuff like that. Like, I'm like, throw it away, we're about to buy new. So that's why it's important for me to prep early so that I'm not wasting money on a brand new washer set, right? So make sure that you do that. Remove all of your outdoor decor. If you have anything hung up, any like rugs and things like that, you'll probably want to spray those things down and clean them down so that, again, the movers are not just packing up and moving dirty things and you're bringing dirty things to your new home, right? So remove any outdoor decor that's hanging up, put it to the side so that it's ready for them to pack up. The next thing is landscape any outdoor areas as required by housing. Here we are required to weed all of the rocks. We are required to have our little patch of lawn mowed and weeded. Any dog feces, it needs to be picked up. So you want to make sure that you get all of that taken care of. Here also they say if you don't want to do that, then we'll just charge you $45 and we'll take care of it. And I was like, yes girl, I'm going to pay that $45 because I have an infant, I have a 5-year-old. I'm not going to be out here in this 100-degree heat picking up dog poop. I know it's terrible. It's my dog. But if they're willing to do it, if I pay them, I'm going to pay that money. I ain't got no problem with it. I'm pulling weeds. No, thank you. We had like a bunch of rains in the spring and so many weeds popped up. Again, no. I'll pay you. If someone wants to do it, I'll pay them to do it. It's not a problem at all. A big thing is you need to remove all of your items from your walls. So housing will not take things down. If you have your TV mounted, if you have decor, I am in my living room, so I'm looking around, right? You need to take all of those things off of the wall and then just lean them up against the wall, and they will go ahead and pack them. But they don't take things off, so make sure that you are removing everything, and then go ahead and pull those nails, screws, whatever it is, out of the wall, and you can set them aside for when you move to your new home. Clean all of your appliances. This is a big one. I know housing will always charge you if your appliances are dirty, so go ahead. You should probably have already done that in your deep clean checklist, so it should only need like a little light wipe down, right? But if you haven't, you still have time. Go ahead and deep clean all of those appliances. Make sure that you get that little drawer underneath, right? You need to clean those things. Here in housing, at Fort Irwin, you do have to pull the appliances out. So check with housing, find out exactly what they require for your cleaning, and then do that, or be prepared to pay for it to be done whenever you have your final inspection. You are going to want to prep a move-in box with cleaning and cooking supplies. So housing does clean your home. It's supposed to, right? We all have walked into homes that are dirty on one occasion or another. So I always recommend bringing cleaning supplies. I am going to have a video of that for you guys, showing you kind of what we pack into ours. But yeah, make sure you pack like a first days box with a couple rolls of toilet paper, with just some disinfectant, paper plates, plastic knives, or cutlery or whatever, right? So that you are ready and you're not scrambling whenever the time comes, whenever you get there, right? So again, first days box is critical, but be on the lookout. In a couple of weeks, you will have that video up so you can see what I pack and get some ideas as well. One of the biggest things when it comes to the movers is you need to clear out a room for it to be your do not pack room, okay? So if there's anything that you're taking, like your first day's box, bedding, because maybe your household goods won't be there right away and you need to bring an air mattress, pillows, things like that, toys for the kids. You're going to want to put all those things in one room, mark it as do not pack, let the movers know, hey, everything in this room is not going to be packed. I'm going to put it in my own car. And that way you don't have to worry about those things. In your do not pack room, put your purse, put your wallets, put your keys, put your phones. Excuse me, because the movers are literally just grabbing stuff and putting it away. And if it's out, they're going to put it in a box, and then it's going to be lost, and then what are you going to do? Ooh, I think you're pooping. So make sure that you have all of your do not pack items set to the side, put them in that do not pack room so that it does not get packed away. You got poopers? All right, we're back. No poop, just farting up a storm. So, all right, so we talked about setting up a separate room, right, for the movers to not touch, and separating the items that are not going to be packed and putting it in that do not pack room. You are going to want to remove all of your trash, right? Make sure that it's all gone. This is your last week, so make sure that you pay attention to trash day. Get everything out on that trash day. Otherwise, you're probably going to have to drive around and dump it in dumpsters. Here on this installation, we can put our trash in any big dumpster, but you know, certain cities, certain installations have rules like, nah, keep your trash at your house. You're not going to put your trash in our dumpster. So again, pay attention to those trash days. Make sure everything is put out when it needs to be put out, so that you are not running around trying to dispose of a ton of trash. And then you're going to want to clean all of your trash receptacles. Again, who wants to take a dirty trash can to their new duty station, right? So your kitchen trash bin, if you plan on taking it with you, clean it out so it's not all nasty. Housing usually does require you to clean out your big trash bins outside of your house, so go ahead and get that taken care of during that last week, probably after trash day, right? So you don't have to put any more trash in it, and you're good to go. So that's it for the to-do items on the 2-week and 1-week portion of this checklist. Just a couple of tips that I have for you. So the first thing is, I always recommend, if you have a slow cooker, crock pot, or if you have an Instant Pot, I have both. You're going to want to take one of those with you in the car. Why? Because again, if you're waiting on all of your household goods to come, or if you don't have a house right away, for us, we don't like to eat fast food over and over and over. Obviously, you get tired of that really quickly. So the easiest way, and this time because I have an Instant Pot, is to bring your Instant Pot or your slow cooker. Bring a couple of cooking items like a spatula, a slotted spoon, whatever it is. And that way you can cook like home cooked meals in your hotel room and you're not eating out all the time. Another good thing with bringing those is you can use that to store your spices and your different seasonings that the movers won't take with them. So again, you're not throwing things away. Toss like your key seasonings that you don't want to get rid of, or as much as will fit in that Instant Pot or slow cooker, and then you can bring it and you can create wonderful homemade meals in your hotel room or on the road or whatever it may be. So that is a great tip that I recommend you guys doing. The last one is that most housing companies will not allow you to leave any trash behind. So I touched on this when I said take out all your trash, make sure you pay attention to trash days. But even after the movers come, you know, they do leave trash behind. So you want to make sure that all of the trash is gone. You want to make sure, guys, just make sure all the trash is gone, okay? Especially on your move out date, because when the packers come, I am not kidding you, they literally take things as they are and they will pack them away. So you have dirty dishes in the sink, guess what? Those dirty dishes are going into a box. You have trash in your trash bin, guess what? That whole trash bin full of trash is going into a box. So again, get rid of your trash. Make sure that you are not taking any nastiness with you to your next duty station. So that is it for that checklist. Your next video is going to be, I think, the kids' activity box, I think, is the next one. If it's not, I apologize. Kids' activity box might go up before this one. But either way, you will have another video from me next week. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it helpful. Again, make sure that you click subscribe if you have not already subscribed. Hit that like button if you like this video. Share with a fellow military spouse because you know they need this information. And don't forget to check out my website, lizlorette.com, for more military information and all-around encouragement for my fellow mamas, military wives, just women in general. Until next week, later, loves.
You're just my type. I've been looking for a